everybody. I'm Sam Pfeifle. I'm the online editor of WorkBoat.com. I am here with senior editor Ken Hocke and technical editor Buls of the giant WorkBoat brand. Guys, we just had a long day at the Executive Summit, third annual. What do you even remember after today, Bruce? What was sort of the big takeaway for you?
Well, for me, it was the diversity of the presenters and the information. We had people from industry, we had people from government, we had a former congressman, we had a television news reporter and speaker at our keynote today. I just found that, just almost every aspect you could imagine was covered in one way or another throughout the day. That's what really my overall impression was. It was very diverse.
We also have a big diversity in attendees. We guys, operator booths, building boats, we have financiers here. What's the sort of common thread that they can all take away? How is this relevant to all of them?
Well, I think the good news is that things are getting better. I think the overall economy we heard today is getting a little bit better. And then specifically in some of the markets, particularly the offshore market in the Gulf of Mexico, seems to be coming back. We had Mr. Platt from Tidewater to say that, and then John Dane said the same thing, that they're optimistic about what's going on in the Gulf, and that's all positive.
Well, but on the other hand, Gasparino, our lunchtime keynote speaker, he definitely was sounding some notes of caution about the international financial situation and the possible repercussions here in the United States. So it wasn't all, puppy dogs and lollipops, but for the industry specific here, of the U.S. manufacturers and vendors and buyers and sellers, that seemed to be pretty upbeat to me.
One thing that I wanted to ask you about, I know that the environmental reporting is very close to your heart.
Yeah.
I sort of heard a little bit of skepticism about whether the green trend was important for the workboat industry here. Did you take away that same thing? Did you feel like they were taking green seriously here?
I didn't hear a lot of talk about that today. We'll talk about that more tomorrow at our environmental awards. But I think there are green jobs, and there are green elements to the industry that are genuine and that are making a contribution. But I also was interested in hear John Dane at the end talking about building these dual fuel vessels because they have a lower carbon footprint. And then he didn't say anything about global warming is a hoax at the same time. So I was encouraged by that.
Well, and the other thing is that the equipment that these boats are going to be servicing has a certain footprint. And so these boats are going to have to, when they go out there, they add or take away from that footprint. So that's something to look forward to in the future as to how much that influences what's being built.
From a technical aspect, the design and construction of the first U.S. flagged LNG and diesel dual fuel powered vessels, that's a huge step forward, and I think it's going to be really, really interesting to cover as they get farther down the line with that project. Yeah.
Absolutely, and you'll be able to hear all about it on WorkBoat.com and in Workboat Magazine, and maybe you decide to come to the Executive Summit next year and join us for all this excellent discussion. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.